I'm Gauthier, founder at Zyfai. We've been building products in this space since 2021 in DeFi and account abstraction. And today we're going to go over the question of why yield is the killer use case for agents. So when we started looking at this 12 months ago, we looked at all the different verticals in DeFi. And lending was the most obvious one because it's something that is simple to monitor. There's thousands of opportunities. And you need to constantly monitor the risks, and rates change all the time. So for us, lending was the most obvious choice. So let's just go around the typical user journey of a user trying to generate yield in DeFi today. So he's going to look at a lot of different pools and vaults, track the APY, do some research to find the best opportunity. And then he's going to interact with a lot of apps, bridges, you name it. He's going to constantly need to monitor the risk, right? We've seen over the last months, over 638 million has been hacked. And so this is like a full-time job if you want to ask someone to generate yield in DeFi. So how do we solve this? We built something which enables to have a personal agent manage your wallet, your on-chain wealth on-chain. And so where this is different from like a vault where all the funds are pooled, here each individual user has his own funds, his own customization, his own personalization, and can have an agent monitor his position. So how did we build this? So basically when users come to Zyfai, they deploy a safe wallet, then they choose a risk profile, a certain customization they want to have, and then they sign what we call session keys. So session keys is basically like policies that you're giving to an agent to do specific things. So it's basically guardrails for the agents to interact with different protocols that you approve first. So once that is done, user deposits his funds, and then the agent will just find the best risk-adjusted yielding opportunity for you. And then it monitors the risk. So it'll look at, for example, DPEGs, systemic risk in the markets, and it'll also look at the APY to make sure you're always being rebalanced to the best opportunity. So how does that look in real life? So today we've been able to rebalance over $2.4 billion of funds over the last 12 months. So as I'm speaking right now, we have over 13,000 wallets which are being rebalanced, which are constantly monitoring the risk. And we're doing around 5 million of daily volume, so funds are moving actively. We have around 6,000 monthly active users, and right now we have over 10 protocols that users and agents can interact with. So this is a typical example of a wallet who has 250K with us. He's been able to be rebalanced over 17 times over the month. So if you compare the average static APY of these 5 protocols, you're getting over 3.39% APY. Now with the agent rebalancing and continuously monitoring these different opportunities, you're able to improve the yield for the end user by over 30%. So we don't just improve the yield, but we actually just monitor constantly the risk. And this has been pretty fun over the last months because when we started building Zyfai, it was mostly to improve the yield. But at the end of the day, it also is a risk monitoring tool. And so we've seen this with stream finance. When there was a lot of FUD on Twitter, we started delisting some opportunities. But as soon as the DPEG happened, the funds automatically were rebalanced. Same for USR. This one was actually the best. We were sleeping, woke up in the morning, and all the users' wallets were actually just rebalanced or withdrawn for the user. And then recently there was the incident with Aave, so we just delisted the opportunity and all the funds were withdrawn or rebalanced. So this ended into a lot of our users being really happy about the experience. They're receiving constantly notifications. There's an agent which is constantly monitoring the risk and the different opportunities for them. And so how does it really work? We're using mostly LLMs to find opportunities, monitor the risk better, but the execution is fully deterministic. We built a model that we keep improving over the last months. And yeah, all the strategies and all the protocols we add, we actually have a quant team who's actually listing them and making sure that they're safe for our users. So I'd like to compare what we've built to something in traditional finance that already exists, which is managed account. It's a $14 trillion market. So I think it's way bigger. I like to compare vaults as hedge funds. I think it's just way bigger because user owns the wallets, owns the assets inside of them, and he just has an agent that's doing things for him. So you could see it like a wealth manager who manages your funds for you on your account. And so there's a huge room for agents, yield agents to grow and agents as a whole on chain with a specific framework. There's around six projects which are existing right now around yield agents. We represent around 1/3 of that market. So this was just the beginning for us building yield agents, but we could build way more on top. You could have like automatic portfolio rebalancing, and as you know, equities and RWAs is going to come on chain. There's a lot more room for agents embedded in smart wallets to grow. And that's going to come with the Clarity Act, increase of stable coins on chain. Also a lot more hacks, so there needs to be an extra layer of monitoring and also a lot more opportunities that people will be able to access on chain, and you need to aggregate and curate these opportunities. So we just started with yield agents, but there's a lot more to grow from here. So yeah, this is it. I hope you enjoyed the presentation. Thank you.